going to find out what's going to happen in the third game of the series. Here, once again, with Trent, Sunsfan, and Gods. And, well, we kind of had decided that the second game was draft issue on the side of Optic, or at least not taking into account the Arc Warden possible appearance from Team Secret. A little bit of a...
It was a difficult game to like change your pace based on that last pick, you know?
Yeah.
Optic has to try and go fast enough to try and make that game good, or like at least control enough of the game at that point that Arc Warden's not just going to win.
That means you have to ban Bloodseeker and Arc Warden.
I mean, do you really want to ban Arc Warden?
No.
I mean, I would ban Arc Warden before I ban Bloodseeker.
Forget IO, forget the leg crack,
first
the
ban.
lichens. Nah, leave those heroes in the pool.
Like, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, nothing.
If you let everything go, then the game is totally different. You never know what's actually going to happen. So, I actually say if you're the underdog, that's something you do to throw everybody off. You don't ban anything normal. You ban Huskar. You ban literally the worst of the worst.
Nobody knows what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Zenith TI4 did that for one of the games?
The problem is there's not a no-ban option because you lose all your reserve time.
It's true.
Yes.
It's very punishing.
But you can just ban bad heroes.
Oh, there you go.
There's a few terrible ones. Huskar and...
You could just ban me.
VP were doing that a bit at Epicenter. They were just doing Husker bans and stuff like that. That works.
Gives yourself an ultimate test. I mean, it's the upper bracket. This is the time, right?
Yeah, perfect timing. One game between upper bracket and lower bracket.
Yeah,
just have to win this best
career. You know? Like,
good chance at TI.
Yeah, just for people at home, Optic needs to win, or at least not specifically this series, but they need to actually get into the top 4 of this tournament. They could try to go through lower bracket if they really wanted to, but it's a little bit more comfortable in the upper bracket. So getting top 4 will actually put them on that TI8 list. So that's where they need to be. At the same time, there's Evil Geniuses and VGJ Storm rooting for Optic to do well. And VGJ Thunder is really rooting for anybody that faces Team Optic, because VGJ Thunder is a little bit in a tricky spot on the other side. So they can get knocked down. They're in the top 8 now.
Yeah, if you're part of the Vici organization, it's kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Like, who do you root for? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, what's more important, your NA team or your Chinese team?
Jack and the boys are just like, Optic, come on, man. Get out of this region.
Well, definitely them.
Give us that
But
slot.
Jeremy Lin.
But if they take over Thunder's spot, it's like that's your fellow team.
It's your bros.
Exactly. I don't know.
Think they scrim together on like 300 ping all the time?
No.
No. Maybe when they're in China, they practice together.
I mean, they've been here a while, I think. They've been hanging out. Chilling with the team. Yeah.
All right, we got a draft for the third game. Once again, PPD versus Puppy. Who do we consider the better drafter, by the way? Because both players are very renowned for their drafting for different reasons, but both are TI winners as well.
Puppy's a little bit more outside the box, I would say. I mean, I'd say they're both
just different.
tier 1, but just a little bit different, yeah.
Maybe you have to give a lot of respect to PPD for like getting knocked off a star-studded roster in one way, and then just kind of he built his own. You know, that's a thing that Puppy also sort of did here too. I would say he grabbed a few parts for maybe some other teams that like were building up some players.
He was one of the first Western captains that decided, you know what, I'm going to pick up some talent from Southeast Asia.
Time to outsource.
Time to outsource. Yeah.
Learn from Americans.
Yeah, it's funny. Over time, he has developed more into making his own squad. He started with the star-studded and said, well, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Now he's just kind of...
Too many I mean, that is a thing. Too many egos, right?
Yeah.
So start at the bottom. Absolutely.
Gotta have
one
people...
more ego, one less championship.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my. Yes.
Bringing out that one. All right, we got the bans done. I don't think there's nothing actually out of the ordinary. Nightstalker ban, though.
Yeah. And with the Lycan, they're just like, yeah, neither of these, please.
All right, the MVP will get his hero again.
And it's a nice first pick because Optic like to play Beastmaster, but Optic do not like to play Skywrath Mage. So very good chance Secret get both those two heroes with their opener unless Optic wants to put themselves outside their comfort zone a bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I would feel about the old Zai Skywrath, assuming that's where it would go, honestly. Doesn't really strike me as the old PPD hero.
5 seconds remaining.
So at the very least, then Warlock definitely coming to mind. If we assume it's going to be the Beastmaster and Skywrath Mage, I still feel like the Warlock's doing a lot of work in these games.
I agree.
What happened to Bane?
It
was first pick a couple times.
It was banned in game 1 against them, so maybe they picked Bane.
Was Bane in the first tier, or?
It was in the game 1. It was first banned.
Okay.
Game 1, Secret first banned it, and game 2, it was ignored.
Okay. Yeah.
Nagasai.
Okay. some team fight issues, I think, in a couple of these drafts. And we're just going the whole way. All right, so this is a little bit of the China Dota that was coming out here. So this Naga Siren Mirana that is really crushing, man. I mean, CCNC has liked this hero for a while. You know, they used to get it for him when he was in these tougher spots, looking for these heroes rotating to kill mid, and they would go for the safety of the Mirana. So.
Zai also plays Mirana though. So far we've seen it mostly in offlane, I think. Yesterday when we saw L2D play it, it was both, well, Chalice played it once, Sylar played it once.
Sylar played as a carry in the safe lane, maybe played it mid, and then Chalice played it
in the off
Chalice was not really, he was safe lane, but...
he had a dual offlane game too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay, he played
as well.
twice.
Yeah,
he played it with the Drow when the Drow was in offlane and he was safe.
Oh yeah, you're right, that's what it was, yeah.
So that was kind of like, it's an off played by their 3, but it's not really the 3.
But at least all 3 were cores.
Absolutely, yeah. Support, like, it's pretty dubious as a support. You have an arrow, which is an unreliable spell.
Literally hit or miss.
If you don't hit arrow, you're a useless hero. You've had all these buffs to Mirana as a core with the leap. It just makes way more sense to play it as a core.
But Zai is a very greedy 4 position. When we saw him on the Wind Ranger and he turned into a core,
he
can do
hits
that
his arrows without setup. Let's be real.
Yeah,
it works there because you've got a hero that crushes the lane stage. Mirana is not a strong dual laner in the off lane like that. Like Wind Ranger, you just right-click people with Orb of Venom. Your power shot level 1's an insane nuke. Mirana just doesn't do the same thing.
All right. Well, there's the Skywrath again.
Yep.
So no
Zero taken out. Obviously, great combo with Naga Siren. We've seen it time and time again. Warlock is still in the pool. See if that ends up getting banned or not.
Why is Secret the only one playing Skywrath that much? What is so special about him that they see that others might not?
It's a Middle Eastern thing, you know, Yapzor, and I consider Weeha Middle Eastern. He's half, so they just love that. That's actually his favorite hero of all time.
GH has been playing a bit of it in Liquid, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely
being
just
half
like
Middle Eastern
thing.
myself, I don't understand. I hate Skywrath. I don't understand at all. But.
I know Fog likes Skywrath. I mean, there's some Greek in him.
Greek.
Okay.
Are you considering
That's
that?
close.
You know,
Yeah, close enough.
It's getting close.
Really reaching here, guys. I don't know.
Dire turn back.
All right, Warlock out.
Yeah, they're going to be punished for not taking him in the first phase for sure. But it does leave Disruptor if you want to go for the old classic. Not that bad.
Yeah, do you think Mirana would have been banned?
No.
No.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Which is where it's like if they wanted this combo, they should have gone like Naga with the Jakiro or Naga with Warlock.
Yeah. It feels like they're trying to mask something.
Potentially with the Naga pick, they ban Mirana, but it's very, very low.
We don't know what Scrims might have looked up to, too. Maybe they've played against them. Maybe they've kind of seen this duo from them specifically. The Leshrac is still in terms of like annoying puppy heroes, but I wouldn't mind like some counter initiation. But even Disruptor for Team Secret, if Optic don't want it, could be a ban to think about.
How's ET?
A little awkward with the Skywrath, but not bad.
Theoretically, like the puppy 5 position play. I'd be maybe worried about an Ember. That's a hero that mid one is one of the best at, and very good laner against Mirana. Slack also, they're kind of protecting the Mirana pick because you can't leap out of the pounce. DK is a very good projectile stun as well for lockdown against a elusive Mirana.
This is the first game that the Ogre is still in the pool at this point, I think.
Oh, please, yes.
You like
I
the
love
Ogre?
Ogre. I love Ogre. I mean, I'm not saying this game it's good necessarily. I just like the hero.
Ogre's interesting. I feel like in the first phase when he gets picked up, it's kind of you always want that Bloodlust partner. And I feel like teams just start banning out the Bloodlust partners that are very good, and then you're kind of in this weird situation where you're like, okay, we have
here's the deal, buddy.
Mirana Ogre.
You get Ogre. You get Bloodlust on the Mirana. You get a Troll Warlord on top of that.
He's already got a lot of attack speed.
And,
I don't think
and
you
the
need
attack
that.
speed from Leap, and you're maxed out. Okay.
So
He
it
gets
has been
220 attack speed with none of those other
you want
heroes.
to
Just imagine the possibilities.
Have you
right?
heard of diminishing returns?
Additive. Additive attack speed.
Just
But it has been
So good.
Secret picking the Ogre, not Optic. Sorry.
Okay. Well, either way, I mean, think about this. You don't even need to level Leap to get the attack speed. Do you
They did
understand?
actually play Ogre once. Who knows?
Leap is like the least important skill on Mirana.
so many
let's be real,
levels, dude.
guys. It's not like it's been buffed time and time again.
They're taking their time, though.
Yeah, trying to decide where this draft is going in
Like,
terms of direction.
they banned Jakiro and Warlock. What do we do?
Yeah. Normally this is like the PPD pick here, and
Secrets turn to
it will
So
be
Leshrac?
Leshrac. No, okay. Could be a Lesh Naga dual lane. That may actually just be Zai's hero.
Yeah. I almost kind of feel like this ends up being like a 3/3 Naga maybe or something, or possibly a Peter Naga. I don't know. It's a little
That's true.
awkward.
I like mid one's pajama pants.
Maxing and
Oh, yeah.
relaxing.
10 seconds
It's very
remaining.
comfy.
Yeah. Might as well just wear the hotel robe, honestly.
No,
They
they
give
gotta
you a
wear
robe?
the team jerseys.
I didn't
You
get
can
a
get
robe.
it over top.
Yeah, it's
Open
great.
the
Yeah,
closet.
there's
There's two, dude.
Oh, I haven't opened the closet.
He's still fulfilling his team obligation to wear his jersey, but he's like, all right,
Yeah.
bottom half, nothing's in my contract. PJ Pants it is.
So they take the Rubik for themselves. Team
Yep.
Secret, nice.
Ooh, does that... So it's normally Yapster on the Rubik, but it's also Yapster on the Sky, but we have also seen mid one on the Sky
I think
in the
Puppy's
groups
going to give
yesterday.
control to Yapsor, and Yapsor will play both heroes.
I would not be
think that's the
surprised.
selection.
But does that mean that this is a core
Puppy
Sky,
just
or are we
plays
going to
the
see
boar.
Puppy play
Beast Master.
one of the two?
Maybe a Necrobook too.
Yeah, okay. Sick hero.
I mean, it could be either.
That
right?
is a good question, though. Yeah, we're not sure. I mean, it's already going to be a well-amplified Skywrath Mage if it's going to be a core. He's set up from the Roar, and he's going to have an offensive null field possibly to help him out. Not
Yep.
that he really needs additional bursts, right, with the Ancient Seal. But
Can't hurt, though.
yeah, you always want to give as much as you can to something like a core Skywrath Mage. Do you really want to go core Sky in Game 3, though? Doesn't he feel a bit risque?
I mean,
you
they
can
can
make-
keep that a secret.
Exactly. You can
Yeah,
just
flexible.
wait till that
Keep
last.
it a secret.
I didn't do that on
Great
purpose.
stuff, guys. Really
Those are the
solid.
best puns, the ones
Yeah.
you don't intend.
Ooh, Brewmaster.
Okay, so PPD likely on the Naga with the
Feels that
Lash
way.
Brew lane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How easy is that to steal? Primal Split.
Very easy.
I mean, you have to survive it, though.
Yes.
That's the
But
issue.
afterwards, it's very easy. Because when he comes back, if you do want to use another spell, the clap has a long animation, and
Yeah.
you get
Drunken
actually...
Haze is pretty slow,
Yeah.
too, honestly.
Remaining.
Yeah, true.
But
But yeah,
yeah,
you gotta
interesting.
survive the split itself.
I kind of have problems if it's a Peter Naga. I feel like, I don't know, maybe he won't be able to fully utilize in terms of the ideas of like getting that farm on the hero. Like, if your game starts maybe not going the way you want, Naga's been a hero that traditionally you're able to like spread out those illusions, get some farm going for yourself, really create these big moments, and I would rather have Zion that, honestly. But the Leshrac idea in terms of the laning phase does feel like that's where Zai kind of slots in, because they've had this very good synergy going together with Zai and 3-3.
Is Skywrath not a counter to Brewmaster as well?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
silence is a
Seal.
very long time.
Yeah, and if you have vision of him and you know he's going to blink in, you can insta-lift him or insta-silence him. Like, there's
That's where
a
the
lot
global concussive shot comes in there.
Yeah,
you
the
just
vision.
got to get the 1 out of 5. No problem.
Yeah. It's not an easy brew game. And then, yeah, you've got to worry about the Rubik stealing your ultimate. So,
Seems tricky.
Yeah, Roar into Silence is very
Now, is there any
scary.
way, based on this brew pick,
No.
that Yapsor is saying, I want to play Rubik now, no matter what? Because that looks like a fun game. You get Split Earth, you get Leap,
You get Arrow.
you can get Song. I mean, there's actually really
You're-
a lot of
It's a
good
really
spells.
fun Rubik game. I would like to see Yapster on
I
that, to be
have
fair.
probably played the Rubik like
Dire
really
team
ever on
back.
this team. I almost feel like
I
if they're
think
going
I've
to
seen it
run
a couple times.
if they're going to run Sky support, I almost feel like Puppy's more likely to be the Sky and then
Yeah.
Yapsor and Rubik.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Gyrocopter picked up for now.
All
But
right.
that means Skywrath will not have a ridiculous amount of farm and levels in all likelihood.
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah.
Puppy playing, that
Yeah.
is.
And these are some squishier heroes, too. It kind of feels like I'd rather have it on my
10
Sky than my
seconds
Rubik.
remaining.
Because I don't think the steals are that incredible, honestly, for a Rubik game. I mean, they're
5
okay, but
seconds
there's no,
remaining.
like,
I'd say it's better than
hallmark.
average.
Really? I don't
Better
think
than
so.
average. Really?
Yeah, I think you're overrating Split. I think a lot of fights are over after a Split. I don't think there's many times you actually steal Split and change the
What
game.
about Split Earth?
Yeah, that one's okay, sure.
Oh,
Less
okay.
track spells are great,
Okay.
but like Mirana as well isn't that incredible. And Naga Siren, it's the same deal with the song. Like
Yeah, Song is hard to
Rubik
steal.
doesn't survive through song that often.
No. Well, plus you can just cast Mirror Image anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd really be botching that one. So yes, Gods, well said. The Ember banned out. Always this like problem coming to that 5th pick. You're not sure what's going to happen from Team Secret. The Meepos, the Arc Wardens,
You
the
don't know their
Embers.
lanes. It's like,
Yeah.
But at least Optic has one pick
5
to
seconds
reply to
remaining.
whatever Secret does.
exactly. You could see like any kind of cheesy ace hero that he busts out, it's not going to go unresponded to, which was the problem last game.
But what's the answer to that hero, man? You know, it's Arc Warden is just so frustrating. I mean, I
That's
guess
true.
the answer is speed. Honestly,
What do you
it
think of
feels like you
Bloodseeker?
have to go.
Having a melee carry too.
Yeah,
you want to
always
carry
very
that
good.
doesn't care about
Yeah.
the bubble.
Turn
Do you guys
down
like
team.
Bloodseeker in this game?
Drow Ranger.
Wow.
Wow.
My.
I'm considering that almost just as risky as a
Wow.
Skywrath core, honestly.
That is...
That is surprising. Because what is it? It's just Gyro for the aura, right?
Yeah, but
Well-
the inner beast aura as well, in terms of like just like general 5-man Dota is very strong. The null field aura there
Doesn't
too.
Rubik have a damage talent? Maybe not. The way you're
He
looking
used
at
to.
me.
I actually can't remember if they took it away.
I thought he had a 50 damage talent, level 10.
I-
I don't think he
maybe.
does now.
I don't think
All right,
he
I'm
does.
going to look this up while you guys
either.
discuss
He
the
might.
draft.
You're supposed to know
sure.
that. I thought now that Agnums aren't relevant, you're the
They
talent
do.
guy.
Every single patch they changed the
A
talent.
Very
good
much.
call, Suns
Shannon, there
fan.
you go. You
Oh,
stop looking stuff
wrong
up
team.
and
Okay.
No,
That's
this is
fine.
what you meant all along,
Sure.
wasn't
Yes.
it?
That's,
Yes.
Yep.
Genius.
Exactly.
All right, see?
You
I
need
knew
a
it.
hero to run it and be a gap closer against Drow. PL would have been amazing. That's the Pikecat hero, but it was banned, so Bloodseeker it is. They
Yeah.
didn't have much time to think about this pick.
They also don't have the defensive support for a Spectre.
Whoa, Pikeat's playing Mirana. Okay, that's not what I expected.
Oh, that is a classic though.
Yeah.
He
Sure.
like that is one of his most played heroes, I want to say.
It's
Like
just not
throughout
like
his
the-
career.
Yeah, it's not the hard farmer. It's also there's just it's also a classic CC&C hero.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
See how it goes. I don't know.
Well, you don't know. I'm gonna ask you how it
Better
goes.
figure it out there, bud.
We'll see. We'll see. Bloodseeker. Last time we saw this hero mid against Gyro, destroyed Gyro.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that was destructive.
Drower, it's a change thing.
What, 3 damage, 6 damage? I don't know.
That's
Level
huge.
1, yeah.
Yeah, it's... No.
Secret or Optic? I need an answer.
Drow's in my camp with Bat Rider. No thanks. I'm going to have to go for Optic.
All right.
Oh, this is so 50-50. I don't know. I'm going
I
to go
know.
secret on this because the app story Rubik, it's going to prove you wrong. He's going to steal some really good stuff. So secret for me.
Girls, you
Just
haven't been
barely.
wrong yet.
Now's the time. It's
The
normally
pressure's on.
normally it's the opposite. I'm going to go secret as well.
You love
Do
the
not-
steals. Just say it.
Yeah, the steals. It's
Thank
absolutely
you.
the steals.
Thank you.
I don't think Moran is a hero that's going to carry you the game from the safe lane.
All right.
And yeah,
NA.
not feeling it.
Is extremely strong.
Thank
Well,
you.
we're going to find out exactly how strong NA is in this next third game with Toby and Kyle.
Drow Ranger is extremely strong, but mainly because she makes everyone else strong. What a lovely pickup. Kyle, don't you agree?
Yeah, I kind of like it. I like especially that Optic was completely out of time. So Secret waited and waited with that final ban. Immediately take Drow. And it's one of those heroes you need to react to with thought. And
Yeah.
they had 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, you came up instantly with like Phantom Assassin. Like, you think of the gap closes, but so many were banned out. Like the Lycan was already removed, the Slark was taken out.
Yep.
These are the normal one positions where the Drow just cannot deal with it properly.
I talked about it last draft when the Bloodseeker was taken in the same, by second pick, but his fourth pick. I think it's much better in that spot. I really don't like last pick Bloodseeker, and I don't think he synergizes too well with cores like Mirana and Brew. You're not adding to their damage output too much. Like a buff Mirana, how many items is he going to need for that to be viable? And do you really close the gap on a Drow? You're going to rupture him, but if you can't enter the... If you can't get past Gyro Beast, what do you do?
It was also the debate we were having instantly. Obviously, for some of you may know, I studied the Drow Ranger very closely. If Optic can actually kill the Drow before Gyro gets his combo off, if Gyro has a BKB, then the answer is no. If the Drow Ranger gets up in the air by the Brewmaster, the aura is still on the field. So you're still giving everything you want to give anyway, and then you're also enabling a harassing lane Yapsaw. Like, at this point, you're like, hey, Yapsaw, you want to get that plus 60 damage and then have a Drow buff up and just zone out anyone that you want to find? I like the lineup from Team Secret, but I never want to underestimate a Leshrac and a Bloodseeker. These are two heroes who have been very successful.
It's a Peter Leshrac.
It is
gonna
a
buy a
PPD.
lot of wards.
Yeah, you're right. He's not going to tank through a lot.
I just feel like they lost last game because they had
Hang
a
on,
total
how's-
lack.
How does he actually play in this lane? Like, Puppy's going to orb the crap out of him, and once the Drow Ranger hits like level 3, level 4, the level 2 Cold Arrows is enough that you can actually just slow down the Leshrac so much that she can't fight. And a melee versus a Drow Ranger is not a fun thing.
Yeah, but it's Brew. I mean, he does have 1 armor, which is problematic, but at least he has the ability to just throw out a W.
It's that increased, right? Like, what was it, plus 3 damage on the Drow Ranger base attack?
Well, they nerfed the aura level 1
man.
considerably, so you need to put a couple extra points into it. It doesn't scale as well as it did previously.
Yeah,
but
plus 3 damage is what she's given to the field right now. It's pretty crap.
I don't think Optic have gap close. Once again, that was their issue in that last game. They had no method of actually pressuring Secret, and I feel like it's that same spot where at a certain point, Secret's draft just does so much damage. And
Well,
how do you kill the Drow?
That's a very nice entry ward. Gets rid of the obs. That wasn't even blocking the camp. That was just there for vision, so Optic Gaming knew what they can get away with, because they've left 33 by himself on the bottom lane against this dual lane, because PPD was rotating over towards the mid. I don't know if he was looking to help out. There is a sentry ward down behind the lane. So Fada versus CCNC.
I like the choice to put Beastmaster mid. I think I've seen Bloodseeker previously. No one just bodied a Gyrocopter.
Yep.
I do not think you can play that hero against a Bloodseeker mid. And Fata with 68 base damage, 4 armor, like, he can just, look at this.
Oh my lord, Fada! Okay, yeah, CCNC does not want to be there. And you're right, great lane switch up. This allows the old-fashioned, like they haven't actually gone it because the Absol went for Fey Bolt level 1. But telekinesis into Rocket Barrage high levels is a really good way of getting kills on the off lane of Team Secret too.
I'm just watching this mid matchup. Beastmaster's just doing so well. Obviously, he already forced one salve, and the purchase of another by CCNC coming out. So well played by him just to understand the lane matchup. Bloodseeker is really only weak in those early levels. After that, it's just so easy to keep yourself sustained.
Hence attack now. You know, Puppy's getting into the back lines to try and take out range creeps. I think mid one's feeling a little bit too pressured. The PPD. That orb does a lot of work, especially with the concussive shot. Puppy has got himself a Mango available. PPD's going to miss the stun and will not follow up with lightning. He's already low enough on mana as it is.
You can see though the constant drunken gaze spam is just so annoying as a grab because
Fada.
buying a stick doesn't help
That
you.
may be it. He's got the movement speed on CCNC. A quick salve gives the extra life. Fada has to go into the tower. He's got access to Valblood. There it is. Spilling the first blood. And oh, hello, Skywrath Mage. Comes to say hello.
The second time I think CCNC's died mid 1v1 in this series. Playing well, but again, he's constantly seeming just to be slightly worse than the opponents he ends up against in that laning phase. But
hey, Fada's
back.
He's an old dog of the mid lane. He's Mr. Mech Builder. Run those utility mids back in the day. They're chasing mid one. TP's coming in from Puppy. Early gust level for the Drow Rangers, so no cold arrows, just trying to push back the bottom lane. And goodbye Ace, goodbye Zai. A 1-for-1 trade-off, but Gyro for a Naga is not what Team Secret was looking for.
You'll take that though. I really don't think it matters whether it's a core or support in the laning phase. It's just delay the game trade. I think for an offlane Gyro, you can't really hope for much more. Beastmaster's far enough ahead of mid that I think you're fine with how this is playing out. Bottle picked up by Fada. Love the choice. He's going to just continue to crush this lane if he has mana for more axes.
Yep. And CCNC has no real answer to that, right? Like he's going in for Aquila by the looks of it.
Yeah, but that's the third salve he's had to use. It's so much dead gold.
Yeah, so that 13.6 CS looks nice, but his net worth is below that of the Drow Ranger. It's 1160 to the 1800 of the Beastmaster.
And Drow is like, you're not the greatest laner. If you can get to level 6 like at this rate, you know, in an even game, you're fine with that.
Yeah. It's like the worst thing in the world for a Drow Ranger is being forced into a defensive tri lane. Mid one is being attacked. PPD and 33 are forcing him back behind the tier 1 tower, but they're not zoning him totally out of the lane.
I like what mid one did. He went 1-1. Well, he saved a point, but he put a point in Gust, which you need to do to just force 3-3 away, prevent the clap.
Oh, it's a DD room for Beastmaster.
Top.
Yeah, real issues. Starfall comes down. Yapsor trying to make a break away. They have the leap and then the range damage. Ace is in the same kind of problem. Rocket Barrage out a hell of a lot. Zai underneath the tower. Rocket Barrage coming back off cooldown. Where Zai and Pycat are both able to escape. Consumables, however, not really their bag at the moment. But bottom lane, underneath the tower, 33 dives, looking for that kill onto mid one, keeping the pressure up. The TP support is on the way. Ace is actually lane switching. I don't know if he can really do this. I think he can harass the bottom lane, but he needs to give mid one that 6.
Oh, they're going to find this kill. Nice lift.
Out CCNC. Turns down the blood right, but with that double damage from Fada is too much.
And yeah, top lane's going rough, but
oh my god, is Drow Ranger going to get a kill on the bottom lane? You're looking for that extra. Combining with the Gyrocopter, he's got flat cannon up anyway, so they would have found it. The cold arrows, the body block from Ace, and the creep wave behind him. Looking to go underneath the tower, but 10 stick charges from 33. He knows he's got a lot of survivability, and Ace using the tower to then flat cannon, forcing the stick charges out of 33. But Yamso's rotated over. He's ready for this kill. Pick up, throw him down, fade bolt, and they've got it.
Well played. And Ace making a great rotation, recognizing I can't go back top, I'll keep feeding. I'll rotate first into the Drow's lane, find these kills, and that's fine. That's what Gyro needs to do in this sort of game. He's the space maker. He's not the hard carry.
Another kill to go out against the Bloodseeker. One more attack will do it. The Naga net's available, and 3 heroes. The stun from PPD canceling that TP out. One of the 3 heroes that came to help, but that was 4 heroes from Optic into the mid.
He lands the kill because he waited for the Blood Rage on self and then landed the Roar Axes. That damage amp, the Bloodseeker just exploded. Meantime, Puppy's just top because, again, Gyro can't be here, but now that the Naga's left to go deal with the rotations, Puppy can just sit up here, spam. Mirana can't kill him by himself.
Easy times for a Skywrath mage to get easy levels. A little bit harder for Drew Ranger, and also a little bit harder for Zai. Came to the mid lane, a little fall, trying to get that illusion rune of Yapso to get in front of Zai. The dunk is there from the homing missile, but it's real issues for Ace as Pycat. He has enough damage to get the kill. And Ace, no matter where he goes, just seems to be having real problems.
I mean, that's the life of an offlane Gyro. One of the weaknesses of running these 3-core lineups, Beastmaster obviously is bodying the mid lane, but it means that one of your cores is going to have a rough game. And in this case, it's both of them because, yeah, Ace is feeding a bit, but he's only 50 GPM or 50 net worth behind the Drow with no deaths. And it's another example of just how meaningless deaths seem to be. Their CS is the same, but their net worth is also equal.
No.
Drow about to be level 6, though, and that's where the game turns for
Observer
Secret.
Ward, perfect pickup. Zai, no way to, oh wait, hang on, yep, there you go. You still needed the extra hit in. They put their observer wards they could see around the edge of the tree line, and Fada, that Mr. High Net Worth man, looking to build a Necro book, and also looking to do a lot of damage to the Tier 1 tower on top, which so far is going uncontested. All Optic are focusing on the southern and mid part of the map.
I can't blame him. They got to help the Bloodseeker. That's one of those heroes that either snowballs or seems to fall off the planet. Mid again. Are they going to get him?
Yeah, they're going to pick up the Bloodseeker. He's got no way. He's got Rupture available, but doesn't want to burn it.
If he had Blood Raged himself, I think they might land that kill. Or if mid one hits 6. Unfortunately, he's just like 40 experience away, or that kill's for certain.
TP's coming in. Mirana towards the top.
Brew Split active as well. Drow's very susceptible to getting dove, or he might just TP, counter-react to the next dive Secret tries to pull off. Their team fight really is not there for quite some time. 3-3's game is great.
Dro did just hit level 6, however. So if Brewmaster wants to go for this, he's kind of got to split before he gets in range of the Dro, because it's a level 2 Gust. So having that 4-second silent duration should be enough time. Meanwhile, up on top, Moonlight Shadow, is out. Ensnare into Arrow onto Fada. He's pretty damn tanky, and they're going to rupture him as well. They really want that kill. That's 4 for 1. And yet, Dro Ranger, 33 is right on top. Mid one didn't see it, and the Gust, he misses it.
Well
the
played.
Brewmaster split perfectly timed from 33. And mid one has no real way to survive this. No teammates to come in to help him out.
Yeah.
And Dro Ranger will fall.
Man, that's great intuition from 3-3. Hiding in the trees, so maybe he's teleporting. The Drow isn't for certain. He expects that, but he utilizes the Invis cast for the top lane fight to set up the kill on Drow. It's just really good awareness and well played by 3-3, kind of demonstrating why he's seems to be like the next superstar in the making, in truth. Like, completely undiscovered till he joined the Optic roster late in the season. And
just
he's rapidly moved from the 4 position to the 1 position.
But really right now, getting any kind of class out of your 3 position teams are very happy with this. Yapsaw, smoke, cover, Fada. No roar up just yet, 17 seconds before it's going to come off cooldown, so they don't have the instant control on CCNC. That's where they rely on Puppy's Seal and Mystic Flare. And Yapsaw's control factor, which they have. Pick him up, throw him back in. Oh, you don't even need Mystic Flare.
And Starstorm steal from Yapzor. It's such a great spell. Part of the reason they like that 3rd pick Rubik. And whenever there's a Mirana and a Lesh in the game, you're guaranteed to get some kick-ass abilities at all times.
That's a 4th death from Bloodseeker.
Still
he's still a 2.8k. Like,
you're fine with this, man.
hilariously enough, like, then again, no, I'm not really surprised. Yapsor has more net worth than that of the Dro Ranger or the Gyrocopter.
Yeah.
Or at least he did. Now the Dro Ranger gets a little bit ahead with the Ancients.
Typical Secret.
Typical Yapsor, but you look at Puppy and Yapsor, like their burst combination for rotations is so strong with Magical Pop.
Yeah, great warding again from Optic, though. They saw them use that Shrine. 3-3 is going to know he's got to play safe bottom. 3 heroes are moving in his direction. A smoke as well from Optic. They're sniffing this out, sitting on high ground. No song available in the... Looks like
Beastmaster, he's going to get the arcane. Yeah, he's going to bottle it up. I thought Optic may send an illusion down from Nagataran to just remove it.
It's the weakness of Mirana, though. Even though he's so far ahead of the gyro, he can't actually keep him out of lane by himself. He's going to wrap around, try and land an arrow. If he does, he'd get a kill, but it's obviously easier said than done, especially at daytime.
This Observer was given so much good information for Optic, but they can't capitalize on it. Puppey harasses back Targa. Meanwhile, up on top, Pycat goes for the jump, and hello. That return damage from the Gyrocopter comes thick and fast, and so does the TP from Fada.
No one in the bottom lane now. The Brew is just too strong. He's going to have a Blink Dagger picked up as well, and this is the strength of the hero. The Optic lineup straight out of the LGD playbook, utilizing the Brew-Mirana combination. Your team fight is incredible, and the Mirana ult and the mobility of the hero gives you the skirmish capabilities as well. But again, they have to be concerned about mid-game team fights into a Gyrocopter BKB. That Flag Cannon with Drow Aura is going to do tons of damage, and again, later on in the game, can you gap close on the Drow? If they kill the Brew, Optic is in big trouble.
Yeah. Ace is using that bonus damage right now to try and bring down the top
Blink
lane.
Brew.
And yep, Blink, clap out, the catapult already finished. Actually, no, Mirana denied the tower, so they removed that gold. Called on is nice, combining with the Fable. They'll pick up Mirana and throw him back down again. Rubik just taking it for the team. Returns the arrow, but he will die as Pycat leaps away to safety. But Ace and Fada back behind the tower and disengage from the Brewmaster ultimate. The sacrifice is still, however, that top tier 1 tower denied by Optic. A lot of money goes begging for Team Secret.
You'll take that, though. You're very willing to trade a Yaps or Rubik for the Brew split. In the meantime, you buy space for Drow. You prevent the tower from going down. But, man, Optic's team fight's looking scarier and scarier. I forgot they also have that Naga song into Bloodright combination. We saw Team Secret do this way back in the day. I think in ESL Frankfurt 2015. That climactic finals up against EG. Haven't seen either of those teams in the final for quite some time, though. One much longer than the other, but, you know, that's nothing else.
I remember Secret's final when Kura was still playing for them. Remember the great hero that appeared during that game?
I don't recall what you're saying, Toby, and I'd like you to... I knew that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know.
Moving
I
on.
know.
Bloodseeker farming out bottom. He's going to blood right. I'm going to
you,
keep
man.
talking over you. We're not talking about that hero that must not be named.
Yabsor, 33 has Blink Dagger, jumps away from the initiation of the Rubik. And what does he get? He gets Drunken Haze. Just love it. Pycat, trouble, Puppey. Mystic Flare didn't do enough damage. Fada's moving so quick in, but Pycat with these leaps jumps in, jumps out.
It's so hard to kill any of these Optic cores. They're all have mega survivability in their own way. Brew with the split, the mobility of Bloodseeker Mirana. And man, this new Moonlight Shadow is so good. 18-second duration. We've seen 2 fights now set up thanks to it, and comes off cooldown 20 seconds, as does this Brew split in 30. So I'd like to see Optic make another move, preferably for this bottom or mid tower.
I actually wonder too now, like, do you get, like, because it was always the +2 multi-shot Sacred Arrows, but now you have a 2-second downtime on Moonlight Shadow. Because it's 18-second duration, and then it's negative 80 seconds Moonlight Shadow duration at level 25 talent. So you just go perma invis?
Pretty much. I like that talent a lot, in truth. You know how annoying it is to buy that many sentries?
Yeah.
If you lose your gem, how do you actually find the enemy team? But level 25 is quite some far in the future.
It's a distance away, but you're running your core Mirana, so it's going to come a lot faster than it would ever would in that support role.
Gyro is the big timing hero for Secret, but he's actually going to go for a Yasha to play that BKB. He skipped drums, though, so don't mind too much, but would like to see somebody pick that up.
This is nice for PPD. If only he actually had time to do the D-ward of the obs. Team Secret actually scanned that, so when PPD came down, they knew about it before. That's why you saw the Beastmaster turn around.
Yep, here comes the play, though. They have the Brew split and the Blink ready, so Optic always ready to force fights. Secret playing cat and mouse, and for the next 10 minutes or so, they are certainly the mouse.
That's why they're fade bowling and axing the creep wave. If they keep it down, they keep it away from the tower, it makes it a lot harder for Optic to dive. But that's why they use Zai. They just send out the Illusion army looking for the heroes, and Fada's gone a little bit further east. He's actually cut out so hard, he's TPing towards the mid lane. They're going to try and gank on CC&C. The axes, they don't have the vision on the hill. Actually, yeah, they do. They have the Observer ward down, they just didn't go for the Raw. But, okay, PPD gets nuked. Yapsor and Puppey, the kill combo.
Mid tower being pressured, Rupture available, but I don't think it's going to be used.
But you have to be careful about that magical pop. It's not just the normal like Mystic Flare. Yapsaw stole 2 points up in Lightning Storm to go with the 4 points Fade Bolt.
This is really good for Secret. They're getting a ton of tower pressure. They will lose bottom, but Ace look how far Ace pushed that tower up top. There's going to be 2 or 3 waves dying to Optic's tier 2. That's like 3 heroes.
And Optic aren't getting it. Pycat's moving up now for it. And then mid lane denied again. Bloodseeker will take this one. More money begging for Team Secret. They haven't actually, like, 2 tier 1 towers have fallen and they haven't got money from either of them.
So unfortunate.
Song of the Siren from Zai. Fada, oh, he turned around and walked back into it. Now Pycat, arrow, perfect timing to turn off the Song of the Siren. Very, very simple for players of this caliber.
Bruce split mid.
Yeah, they're killing Puppey. CCNC was pretty low. He'll get the last hit in, so a little bit of extra life into the cooldown. It's Yapsaw trying to help with the fight. And the Brewmaster is able to escape with just his small little Brewling.
The 3 cores of Optic all firmly in the lead now, but again, that late game scenario, at a point, that Gyro BKB will come online. That should get Secret through the mid game, and like last game, I think a lot of this game is going to be centered around Roshan. And Brew, Naga are the team fight dominators until the BKBs come online, but later on in the game, those Brewlings are going to die to a flak, plus a couple Drow attacks.
Speaking to Dominators, mid one just picked one up.
Yep. I love that choice. It's super good in this game. You need someone to buy it, and Brew's going Necro instead. Or sorry, Beast is going to go Necro, and he needs that Shadow Blade. They have no method of initiation in finding kills, capitalizing on the vision advantage of Hawks right now, so Beast has got to do it himself. Here comes a smoke from Secret.
Yeah, they're putting four players together. Mystic Flare's off cooldown. As you said, no split. Moonlight Shadow is available, and it's actually a smoke gang from Optic. They're wrapping around through the north. They're going to come underneath their own dire observe ward where they saw Fada moving, but then Moonlight Shadow, they come in close. The smoke breaks on Team Secret. They understand there's a lot of players around them, and we're in a 5-on-5 situation. The courier gets popped in the back lines. They want the initiation. Puppey is slowing down Bloodseeker, but the Blade Mail is already done, so Bloodseeker going Blade Mail first item this time.
Yep, I like it a lot this game because there's multiple heroes that can't turn their damage off. You run into the Skywrath ult or the Gyro Flak, the Gyro ult, you're just going to do so much return damage.
Team Secret, they're just going to go into Roshan. Well, if Optic don't want to fight, Bruce splits down for 30 seconds, and they have an alpha.
Oh yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about.
Plus the 45 damage coming in from the Drow Ranger. Yeah.
But it's all the Wolf, let's be real.
It's, okay, it's all the Wolf.
5 minutes, that's a really nice objective they take. Trade smokes, well, it's funny, you trade the smoke for the Mirana ult. Optic doesn't actually invest too much, although I guess they smoked around at the start of the fight, so it works out well. Now you just buy that time for Gyro BKB. And the thing about the draft is while Optic has the lead in some ways, Secret needs to win far fewer fights to actually take the game. It's easier for them to shove lanes, and at a certain point you find 2 pickoffs, those heroes have no buyback, you're getting at least 1 Rax. You do so much structure damage.
PPD, I think, was willing to wait a little bit longer before he ran out of there, but his Haste Rune was wearing off, so a lot of pings, and we'll see if Team Secret worked out the warding mission that Peter just went on.
If they don't get countered, though, those are excellent wards.
Yep.
So
but they did see him move out of that little tree area, so more than likely they know about the one in the mid lane. They just need the money for the sentries. Puppey just bought some.
I'm not, so we get the Maelstrom finished on the Mirana. Looks like he's got a Linken's queued up next, but I'm not sure I'm a believer in that. But once again, trying to ensure that the Fada Beastmaster doesn't get free roars off, because much like Alina, Mirana just dies to roar in a Necro book from Beast.
Seems there are a lot of wastemen to actually trigger that Linken's though.
True.
Like Yapsaw can just do it by himself with a stolen ability, and I like how too he's holding on to like the idea. It's like, okay, I can get both Arcanes and I can get Blink Dagger. This could be fantastic. They get rid of the Observer Ward. Sentry goes down in the trees.
The value arrow though takes out the HOD Wolf Creep, 200 gold and 30% damage. Poor Bolton.
Well, now Ace has to deal with only plus 84 damage to his 103. Life is difficult for a Gyrocopter. Well, they get rid of the homing missile.
Yeah, I love this Bloodseeker build as well. Blade Mail into the immediate Ogre Axe. He's making himself a target, but if you're Secret, you really don't want to go for him. 1700 HP.
Yeah.
Bounty runes.
Yeah, Optic are bailing out for him all. Ace has already managed to grab one, but the rest belong to Optic. And it looks like also Pike. Wow. Huge damage. The Brewmaster Split does come in, but Flat Cannon's available for Ace and the Aegis the Immortal. So now you'll see just how well the Brewmaster Split works. Trying to pull him away. PPD stands his ground. Ace almost happy. They let the Urn go and the Flat Cannon damage. Ace has the double kill.
Still
the
alive.
Earth Ruling is still here. He's going to switch back in and then blink up. Concussive shot will fly. He begins the TP and Rubik cannot reach him. Silenced, cannot get it off.
How did Ace live? I think that, oh, Yapzor buffed him. He stole Blood Rage, and Ace healed himself off the Leshrac kill. That last Flat Cannon, thanks to the Yapzor blast into Urn Charge, actually saves the Aegis for Ace. And whenever you get an advantage on a Drought Strat, this is the problem.
Rupture, this isn't what you wanted, CCNC. Yapzor's going to be here. He's not stealing it once again because it was only going to be Blood Right. But Ace becomes the filter. There's no Brewmaster Split. Call down and Flat Cannon. They'll turn it on. The Gust onto 33. That damage spill is so huge. And they have the heal still up and running.
He buffed Blood's Gyro again. Oh my gosh.
Well, Gyro is trapped instead up, so down in the tree lines. It will be CCNC going down, but mid one's going to get back. Ace, the Aegis Immortal will finally break, but the cost, Zai, Song of the Siren, stolen by Yapzor. The Gush, it actually can't reach him, but he blinks forward. They silence the silenced Naga. Moonlight Shadow is out. They don't know where he is. Where is the detection? Zai will break out this in 2 seconds, but Yapzor dust on the wrong side. It's still a tier 1 tower and a win fight for Team Secret.
Yeah, and this is the thing about Drought Strats. If you get those initial kills, all of a sudden you can't take a fight. They just mow down your buildings. This is going to be 2 towers. And it's so fast, you don't even have the time to deal with the creeps on the other side of the map.
And mid one's going to be so happy. 22 minutes in, you've hit level 13 on the Drow Ranger, so that level 2 marksmanship is already up and running. Like, Ace is loving this as well. It's his BKB coming on the Courier. Just flew underneath the Dire Observer Ward.
Wasn't he behind? What happened?
Yeah, he was behind, and then Rubik happened. Blood raged up, survives the fight, gets 2 kills, and then they just kept going after that. Like, he killed off both PPD as well as 33 in that fight after getting the 2 kills. And he got 590 gold from the kill on Pycat in the first fight.
It's so big, too, because not only do you get the towers, but now they get vision placed, and they steal Dire Jungle. Like, a huge win for Secret. And that puts them in a position where that fight for second Roche, you get that, maybe you just take the game. Look at the swing.
Yeah, we're going vertical. Fada has his Shadow Blade. He's looking at his second level in Necro Book.
Wow, Stolen Thunderclap, that might be big.
Especially when he's got Blink Dagger.
Yeah, you can see like the issue with the Brew item build, I love the Blink, but no scaling item. So he's going to go for Crimson Guard next. Look at his net worth. He was the top in the game. But when you go purely initiation and then defensive with your toolkit, I mean, you just fall off and look top. Fada, Shadow Blade, another kill.
Goes for the roll with the Necro Books. He's got enough. PPD, if he kills the Necros, he dies. If he doesn't kill the Necros, he dies. Either way, PPD dies.
Yep.
New item as well that arrived for the Drow Ranger is the Shadow Blade. It actually got sent back on the Courier, so as they smoke now, the Courier is still bringing it out.
They see Bloodseeker on the ward. That's why they can do it. Blink on Yapzor, here it comes.
Yep, jump him, pick him up, throw him down, Thunderclap, steals Blood Rage, CCNC. He gets the Blade Mail off in the last fraction of a second of the Mystic Flare.
And you can see why they pick Skywrath so high priority on Secret. They have 2 heroes, it seems, every single draft. This game, it's the Rubik and the Beast. Immediate kill. If you get the Bloodseeker before Blade Mail gets popped, that's not a defensive tool anymore. You just explode to the magic damage. That offensive null field plus the Skywrath, I mean, come on, that was a level 12. Like, you don't live.
I also cannot believe how fast they're getting to their items. So you already have the Blink Dagger over on Yapzor, but both Puppey as well as Yapzor will be reaching Yule Scepters pretty soon. So even if you initiate on any of these guys, they can dispel any kind of effect, or they can just wait out the Rupture. They can take out the Bloodseeker. He runs forward until that BKB is up. It's susceptible to Yule Scepter too.
It's just they just need to buy time. Optic is on a clock in a team fight. There's the Song setup, there's the Brew split duration, and there's the Bloodseeker Rupture. If you can buy time, get through these spells, even the Mirana Invis, look, the sustained damage of Secret needs no explanation. You've got a Beast Drow Gyro core. Yeah. All you have to do is increase the duration of the fight using items like Yules, like BKB, buy time, and then your damage has no... you just... you leave a team fight in the microwave for too long, it's going to do the same thing as aluminum foil. And it's going to blow up all over Optic, and they're going to be very upset with themselves.
Yeah. especially after their performance in their victory already in this series. But Team Secret, they're grouping up on top. They're ready to fight. That bonus damage, they are actually keeping themselves a little bit further behind Fada, but the Alpha Wolf is here. So plus damage for all.
It's a scary, scary thing for a Drow lineup. When you're this strong, you can just group as 5 even against Naga Brew. Oh.
Zai's got the Song of the Siren. They're going to burn the Crimson Guard very early on. They wanted to jump fight this, but mid one pops the Shadow Blade, hides away. And now Team Secret, they pop their own Shadow Blade on Fada, looking for the initiation. Blood Rite is down. Fada will have to dodge it for half a second. And we're in for a 4-on-5 fight because they do not have the Mirana yet. She'll need a TP in towards the tower. Yeah, he's looking for the brew. Moonlight Shadow's been burned. Here's their movement forward. Moonlight Shadow, but the seal! They take outside. There's no Song of the Siren. Ace actually being buffed up once again under the cover of the BKB. They already took the tower. The roar out from Fada. They have detection of Elbows. The homing missile. It'll go into Pycat, allowing Fada to beat him down. Zai will finally get the Song of the Siren off, but it's split up so heavily in the fight. They're just trying to kill Puppey with the rest of this Brewmaster split. While up in the lane, the focus is out on the Drone Ranger. Pick up, throw down. Rubik buys time. It's a Blood Rage Drone Ranger. Mid one just wrecks face.
Oh my gosh.
That's a tier 3 tower, I think. I think that's actually the tier 3 tower. They can't defend this.
The Beastmaster aura, the Wolf, the Rubik stealing Blood Rage. Once again, that Drow. This is exactly what I mean. You win one fight. It's...
Oh my god.
Crimson Guard isn't doing anything.
It's a 430 attack speed. It's a damage over 250. It's crazy. It's crazy. And that's top racks. They take range only. Mirana's about to respawn. This is fair. They are not giving Optic an inch.
I like the decision. You don't want to lose a couple of critical cores here. You now opened up the tier 3 of the shrines, and most importantly, Roche is up. So throwing there means that now you lose Roche too, and all of a sudden Optic is ahead. Now you're good. 9k advantage. Here's the fight. So they immediately initiate on Ace. He does not die. Gets the BKB off. Again, that critical item.
Yep.
And they're running away from him. He's at 300 HP, but you can't fight him because he'll flak everybody.
Well, they're also so fearful because you just jumped in so far forward with Fada. And Zai, you think at this moment he's coming back. And then PPD is like, oh, I can get the stun. Can I get the stun?
Nope. And that's blink out of song. If you don't have an immediate cancel, you're always able to blink out of song. So well played by Rubik. He immediately steals that Blood Rage, and as we saw, that keeps Drow alive and secures the damage to then take that tier 3 in range racks. And now Roche is dead. All of a sudden, that Drow lineup is just going to barrel down the mid lane. They have no fear whatsoever.
Yeah, they're loving this. And they put the Aegis Immortal onto Ace so he can be the front liner, keeping mid one on the back line, and we use the end of the DD rune to clean up the Naga illusions. And then they can attack that mid tier 2.
Yep.
Watch it go down. She hasn't even activated her aura yet and don't even have the creep wave with them. And they do that damage, take care of the shrine, make sure there's no shenanigans from Optic to come in behind them.
Yeah, Courier just ran out to the Drow, recipe and base. He has finished BKB. They're waiting for that item because, again, what does Optic do against BKBs? It's the same issue they had last game. There's nothing they can do to deal damage through it. A Mirana does not count as physical damage when you're running around with Maelstrom and an Ultimate Orb.
It's sentries, observers down. Secret on the run out. They found a target. It's going to be Fada, but then again, Gem True Sight on 33. They have the reveal. They're going to dust just as well. Arrow, perfect connection, and Fada will fall. 331 gold. You thought he'd be worth more?
No. I think you take that
Peter.
Secret.
He is just running, edicting down that mid-tower, lightning onto Puppey. They're trying to chain these kills. A perfect stun for PPD. Puppey still gets the Mystic Flare to get a revenge kill. Captain on captain action. Zai stopping the fun. Everybody have a bit of a sleep. Brewmaster was starting for the split. He wanted to turn the Song of the Siren off, but now Optic, they really don't know if they want to be part of this fight or not. After buyback from Beastmaster, they say no.
The big thing for Optic is they saved the brew split there. So now they aren't necessarily screwed when Secret decide, hey, we're going to just run up the high ground. They can't. They fear split even though Song is down, so they'll take a Shrine instead. You don't mind that buyback. The Beastmaster finishing a Solar Crest isn't really a huge deal. He has the items that matter. Necro 3 Shadow Blade, and of course, Interviews.
God damn. Ace in 400 gold is satanic.
Yep. He doesn't need damage, right?
No.
You have a Drow.
He's immortal. Like it's like those games where you have like, hey, a Viper who's got nothing but defensive items but doesn't have a draw. And you're like, where's her damage? And then you realize just how well the Draw Ranger lineup works. She's giving plus 65 damage to Ace, but then it's the combination with everything else you were talking about, the Inner Beast aura, and then having the dominated Alpha Wolf. Right now, I don't think they actually have, they don't have the Wolf.
They catapult this time. Yeah. But you can give it extra damage. That Drow aura is still able to be popped.
Mm-hmm.
Bounty Rune spawned. Looks like Fada claimed 2 of them.
A full Solar Crest in for Fada.
I mean, Secret at this point, you just have to group up, make sure you don't tank. You can't lose 2 heroes. Once again, there's this window of opportunity for Optic to claim a team fight victory. It only lasts about 10 to 15 seconds, and it shrinks with every BKB Secret picks up. And right now, you've got one on Drow, you've got one on Gyro, and they have an Aegis and Cheese.
Yeah.
It's go time.
And they have Alpha Wolf.
Yeah.
All right.
Boom.
Look for the fight. They're smoked up, and with the Axis that flies right underneath Observer and Sentry Ward, think their smoke concept has been a little bit exposed.
Love that ward from Puppy. He snuck into the bottom side of the base during that smoke. They'll see that area, and they just walk up the high ground.
Yep, send the units in to do the work. Maybe don't want to lose that Alpha Wolf, but then running out of the Blood Right takes too long. Optic, they're going to wrap around the back. Fortification will buy a little bit more time. And Song of the Siren, how many heroes do you catch? Look where Fada is. He's inside the base, so you get the 2 in the back lines. Rubik, they're actually focusing the supports, but the defensive Yule Scepters and Blink away. You don't get anything. And Song of the Siren, it's stolen by Yapsaw. So they isolate CCNC. He's BKB'd up. That's why that's not working. PPD surrounded on all sides. And that's 3 heroes down for Optic. No buyback available. Make it 4 in just a second. Mid one will at least go down to 33. Begins the TP out. Cannot complete it. The Yule Scepter is still available from the Rubik. So 33 will die. Puppy is the man with the double kill. And Draw Ranger being down is the best news Optic have had all day. And it comes at the worst time.
I think he buy back.
GG.
No,
GG. They just call it. It's done.
Wow.
Rightly so.
What a game from Secret. An unconventional draft, but I mean, is Drow lineup really ever out of style?
It never is.
Yeah,
Especially when you can 5th pick it and then you commit to the push.
Yep.
That's what I liked most about Secret. They just kept going at it. Just racking up the auras, perfect itemization once more, and just kept going.
And it felt like they just executed their game plan efficiently. They knew what they wanted to do. They traded supports for brew splits. They bought time around the map. They take one convincing fight. They get that Roche, and all of a sudden they can run away with the game. I like the idea Optic took into this game, but the one thing that was missing, LGD, when they play this Mirana, they have to. You need another hero that can be relied upon to do physical damage, and I stand by. Second pick, you take Bloodseeker 4th. Last pick, Bloodseeker with nothing to buff. Like, what do you really do? And you can see the issue in this draft is that Bloodseeker almost hurts his own team because he's giving away his Blood Rage to Rubik, and Yapser is just.
Hey, man.
All right, bro. Thanks.
I am happy for this because Rubik is becoming more of a hero. He's one of the most spectacular supports to watch for initiation, for steal, for just team fight. So as far as being a caster, being a viewer, I'm sure you guys are loving this as well. Team Secret, they were loving it.
Yeah.
Smiles going around. It looked like Team Secret hadn't already qualified for TI, and they're like, hey, we actually won this game. It feels good to win this game. The next game, that'll be a bigger one. They go up against Team Liquid next in the semifinal.
Yep. And big thing is that they've had a slump. Everyone knows this. This was a critical win for them. This is their last event until TI. They don't have the luxury of playing qualifiers. They got an invite to TI.
Yep.
They need this for confidence. And
I like how you say the luxury of playing qualifiers. We don't have any proper scrim time, but hey, that's the reason why you compete in small tournaments and just whatever else is around before TI begins.
IHL, I don't know.
Yeah.
Pubs.
Hey, you never know. More competitions to come, but more games to come. Later on today, 2 more best of 3s before we go there. The panel for the thoughts on a well-executed draft from Team Secret.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kyle and Toby. And that was indeed Team Secret being victorious. Before this series, we asked ourselves the question, what's this Secret going to do? Are they going to do well? It's very difficult to read, you mentioned, Trent. I think this is gives a little bit of an answer to that question, surely.
Yeah, it looked good. Great series, honestly. After casting a certain 2-0 this morning, it was nice to watch a fully fledged best of 3. Felt like every draft was at least competitive, and that it was going to go to some different strats, different styles.
Not only that, but we said it was going to go 3, guys.
Yeah,
and we're right
it
50%
did.
of the time here, so
Wow.
pretty good.
Look
Very
at us
happy
go.
with that.
We're amazing. Drow did it, man. You know, this hero, at the start, the aura is not what it used to be. But eventually, you can just go chill in the jungle, and you're giving your whole team 45 damage. When you got flat cannon, that turns out to be pretty good.
And the silence is really messing up the Brewmaster there and throughout the game. I mean, that's just a hard game to play, Brew, I feel like. You
that's
gotta play
true.
against Gust and Mystic.
So even with like the Mirana getting silenced, like that ruins her escape as well.
Yeah.
It was just a very, very tough game against the control that this Skyrat silence and Rubik lift was giving.
Yeah.
Bata playing another great Beastmaster. I love that they laned him mid against the Bloodseeker because the big issue this game with that last pick Bloodseeker that Optic were looking to take advantage of was that Bloodseeker crushes the mid lane against a hero like a Gyrocopter. We saw it earlier in this tournament, but Beastmaster has a much better time.
Watch this part. So I believe this is the same fight where Ace dies, CCNC ends up blood raging the Drow, and Drow ends up healing to close to full HP as a result.
Yeah, she's butt raged, all right.
He's going to get blood raged again here in a second, so they get that combo. About to die,
Yep,
blood
there's the
rage.
blood rage. Team, please.
And she does so much damage with that on her.
Oh, that was a
That is
mistake.
indeed an enemy blood rage. You are correct.
Was she dead?
I don't know.
That's
I
the
mean,
question.
they
It
missed
was-
up the
That's
song
the
combo
question.
anyway.
Yeah,
right?
they did
That's
that.
the
They
whole
did that
thing.
several times. That was another
And
issue.
now
they
this
bring up.
arrow does not land.
That
The
was
Meteor Hammer
Hammer.
also does not land.
Yeah.
Ah,
A lot of mistakes.
Not the typical Naga game that we've been seeing throughout this tournament. And I will admit, once we did our predictions and I started to look at the tri-core of Optic, I did get a little worried. You know, the idea of this Brewmaster looking like he was set up to have a weak game, and then your other two cores are Mirana and Bloodseeker, and plus, I don't know, Mirana, I feel like you didn't get that like early game damage. All of these early game Miranas with this Maelstrom, it just looks so good.
Yep.
You're like leaping at people, and there's lightning everywhere, and just a little bit slower to get off there, and the Drow lineup was not slow.
and both those LGD Mirana games with the Naga, it was like these great setup for the arrow. They played
Yeah.
around and snare into arrow,
Yeah.
getting kills in mid, sleep arrows. They weren't even getting those kind of combos this game. They didn't pick up anything else to combo with the Naga Siren, like the Jakiro, which they could have gotten in
True.
the first two. Like, just didn't really feel like Optic's game plan came together.
And it did feel like Secret's game plan was just on point. It's like textbook. They did well on the lanes. You know, they didn't have the fastest lineup perhaps, but they just did what they were supposed to and
Look at
didn't
that,
meet a lot of
16 assists on
resistance along the way.
Yapzor. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you look at in terms of objectives too. That's actually a nice thing to have shown here. It's just like who really pushes. You know, who actually helps you secure stuff on this Optic lineup. You don't really have that traditional Death Prophet, of course, being removed. Whereas you got a Drow strat on Team Seeker, man. You got Beastmaster, Aura. If you win some fight, something's going down. You know,
Yep.
you're taking a tower or something.
Look at the blue dots.
I mean, I wouldn't
I
say.
was looking at the golden XP difference because there's a huge spike and then it's
Yeah.
like flat the rest. Yeah. Something messed it up at the start. Like
I mean, they had that small fight,
first
just
blood.
a small mistake by Optic, and that's an entire Rax in the blink of an eye. And they just never recovered from that. And I don't know, tough game for Optic because they really needed this series badly.
They did.
Yeah.
They would have catapulted
Now,
themselves
see,
big time to top 6.
That's
but
what you think. But
Oh,
let me tell you a story about a little bit of a PPD, Peter Pan Dam Dagger.
All right.
Wow.
That man
that's quite
knows
the
how to
title.
play the lower bracket.
Is this true?
This is all part of the extremely strong NA region mentality. It is get in those trenches where you
Lose.
belong and then dig your way to victory.
So step one, lose.
Step
You're-
one, lose.
You're digging a big hole. You're
Yes.
trying to reach.
NA has been working on that step all year.
That is a great theory. Their plan is to reach rock bottom
Yeah.
because from there, where else can you go?
TI, baby.
I mean, I think NA is just about there. So yeah, all that's left is winning this TI.
This
Yeah.
is going to become a meme the whole tournament.
Wow,
I
that's
mean,
what you do, my
so
friend.
I'm
far,
happy.
they're still on track with that plan,
I
you
gave
know?
birth to another meme, and it was unintentional. So
Yeah. Thank
you're
you.
welcome. I'm a
All right.
father now.
All right, so it is Team Secret that guarantee themselves 6th place. And that means they already got themselves $90,000. They already are guaranteed for TI, but it would be nice to get some more points. And as already mentioned by our commentators, Secret had been a little bit shaky over the last couple of months, and this win is a good win for them to get that confidence back up in their run towards TI. Optic, they dropped to the lower bracket, and they're going to be waiting for their opponent, which is going to be either Infamous or Storm. So they might even have to play Storm. With the recent results, not getting ahead of ourselves, Storm versus Optic is a very likely possibility. It will be a very exciting one. We can take a look at the brackets and see where today's games so far have led us. 2 upper bracket games. And
Optic actually play EG Spirit. It's TNC who likely play
Ooh.
Storm. Optic EG, PPD versus EG. Let's go.
Oh my!
Hey.
I mean, EG have to win first. That's actually
That's a big
big
ask.
if.
Yeah, that's. Ooh.
Optic EG is not happened in a LAN the entire year.
It would be perfect. I still think Spirit is the favorite in that matchup versus EG, though.
Ooh, that's a scary matchup.
It really is.
It should be very exciting too.
Yeah. Could go either way, though. For sure.
It's very tough for Optic here now. They have to get very deep through a lower bracket to get that top 4. It's definitely possible, but they're going to have a tough road ahead of them.
It could be the NA road, though. They might have to go through both EG and VTJ Storm eventually. In that
True.
Well, those NA teams should help them out. You
Yes,
know, be
that's
like,
right.
We don't want to this
I
NA
mean,
qualifiers.
Wow,
You
guys, we
go.
got our Meepo. It finally came out. It's so weird. Yeah.
Perfect Meepo game.
So Liquid Secret top 6, upper bracket,
Who
2
would've
games
thought?
done, and you know what that means? It's time for some blood. It's time for some elimination matches.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I know that there's a lot of people looking forward to some bloodshed and some teams getting knocked out here, and one person more than anybody else, because I'm going to leave you in the hands of Red Eye, who will take you through the first of the lower bracket after this break.
Coming up next, Team Spirit versus EG.